Are you a man or are you just a male still? See, being a male, that's given to you at birth. That's biological. Being a man, that's a responsibility. See, one is given through, and the other one is a title that's earned. Um, See, the Bible calls men to protect, serve, and live with discipline. So if your desires still control you, you're still a male. You can still be a man in your flesh. We all still battle with the flesh. But if you have no control over your desires, no control over your flesh, then you're still a male. See, a man is responsible, whereas a male, he's passive. And I'm looking down at some of my notes here. See, a male avoids responsibilities, whereas a man takes responsibility for his actions, for his family, his faith. Um, and just for example, like I'm a soon to be father, and I'm 25 years old. It's a lot of people in my community. It's a lot of people in general, a lot of men, a lot of males that, bring life into this world but don't want to be responsible for it. Don't want to hold themselves accountable for it, for their own actions, where a man would never do such. A man that's if you're a man, you can't call yourself a man if you don't provide for your family, if you don't live a disciplined life. Another point is men have discipline, whereas a man or male have desire. See, a man does what he knows what is right, even when he don't feel like it, compared to where a male just does what he feels. See, a male blames others for his mistakes, whereas a man takes accountability. Even in the book of Genesis, Adam blamed Eve uh, for the reason of the fall of mankind. Even though, yes, even though Eve uh, bit the apple and then handed it to Adam, God gave Adam the command of what to do and what not to do. But because Adam listened to his woman and didn't take accountability, we here today because of that. So just kind of relating that to some worldly things too is like a male, and I used to have the same mindset of chasing money. Like a lot of males, they have that mindset of hustle culture, where you chase money, you chase clout, you chase validation. Whereas, now that I consider myself a man, and as I continue to grow in my manhood, I care about purpose now. I don't care necessarily about the material things. I know that that's a byproduct. I care more about purpose. I care more about my legacy. I care more about leaving an impact in this world, a positive impact in this world. See, boys or males, they get cheers for chaos, whereas a man, you get respect for consistency. See, partying, sleeping around, living recklessly, that's what we celebrate in this culture, whereas a man showing up daily and being consistent in your actions, that may not be the cute thing, that may not be the thing that's praised or highlighted on social media, but that's what leaves a legacy. That's what defines you, who you are as a man. It's not what you get celebrated for. It's the things that nobody even knows about. Another point that I want to make, the difference between a man and a male is just how you regulate your emotions. Do your emotions control you? When I was a male still or a boy, I would be quick to anger. I had no patience whatsoever. Anything I wanted, I had to have it right there. No discipline whatsoever. I would lie to get what I want. I would steal to get what I want. I would talk bad behind others without knowing, without understanding who they are or what they're going through. I would just talk bad about them because of I wasn't happy with myself. But as I've matured and as I've grown into manhood, I've learned to stay calm under pressure no matter what, or no matter what I go through. I've learned to become more self-aware about who I am as a person, and checking myself before I try to correct someone else. Like in the Bible, Jesus said, I think it was in Luke or in Matthew, it was in one of the Gospels, where how can you talking about the log in your friend's eyes, and or you talking about the speck in your friend's eyes, and there's a log in your own. Meaning, how can you try to correct someone else's action and talk about someone else when you got your own problems to fix? You got your own mess that's at home, or you got your own chaos that's in your mind. How can you talk about someone else and your house ain't in order? So as I became a man, and as I'm still becoming and growing into a man, it's a lot of things that I don't do no more. The Bible said when I was a child, I spoke as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. So if you're dealing with someone, or if you're a male watching this, if you're still entertaining childish things, can you really call yourself a man? If you have no emotional control, can you really call yourself a man? If you're not responsible for the actions you take, For the decisions you make, can you really call yourself a man, or are you just a male in a man's body? You know, a lot of us, we got the appearance. You know, even when I was a male or a boy, I had the appearance, I had a deep voice, I had the decent looks, I had the muscles, I had everything that would appear for me to be as a man, and I attracted, had no problem attracting women because of it. But I know deep down I wasn't a man. I knew when crap hit the fan that I would fold. I didn't have no integrity because I lied to myself. So how come what good would my word mean to family, to friends, to anybody that I was in a relationship with? What good is my word if I don't even keep it to myself? So how, again, are you a man or are you just a male? Do you let your desires control you, or do you have authority over your body? Do you allow your emotions to control you, or do you have authority over your emotions? Do you allow the outside things outside of your control affect you and get you out of character, or do you have authority over that? See, God called you to have authority over all these things, and but you have to be under His authority. Because if you're not, in strength without humility is ego, is pride. And then again, what good is that? Who if you're a leader, if you're a man, you're called to serve. But if you're the only one benefiting from others around you and others' talents and their efforts, then you're not really male. You're just at that point operating out of your ego and using others and dominating others. That's not Christ-like. But yeah, just back to the main point of, are you a male or are you just a man? If you can look yourself in the mirror, hold yourself accountable to the things that you've done, it's not about being perfect. It's really just about being real with yourself. Be real with yourself. Don't act like somebody that you're not, and behind closed doors, and then when you go out into the world, don't act like somebody you're not. That's not real. That's what boys do. They throw rocks and hide their hands. That's what boys do. So are you a man or are you just a male?